Looks like I'm live. Not sure. Maybe the chat will show up somewhere. Um, let's see if I can angle this a little bit. Does that kind of cuts me off? I guess that will have to work. So I have to do my advertising like I do over on my Facebook live streams. My primary job is at Quality Automotive, and they are running a $50 off brake service. It's in Brewer. This month, snow tire season is coming. If you just need some mechanical work, oil change, tire rotation, some studded tires, give us a call. Give Chris a call. 922-2043. My second job is at O'Neill's Power Equipment in Holden. Get your snowblowers serviced, get your lawnmower end of the season service, ATVs, side-by-sides, whatever for outdoor power equipment. Give John a call, 989-5300. But anyways, it'll come up. That's O'Neill's Power Equipment in Holden. It wouldn't really let me add a description. I can probably put it in the chat, but I do have a Patreon page where I put out, let's call it weekly Bible studies or breakdowns, whatever you want to call it. I'm open and transparent about my Bible studies and breakdowns. I use ChatGPT to kind of brainstorm what I'm working on. Because I have people that share verses every day, and just sharing a verse is great, but I just want a little bit more. I want a little bit of an education on the verse at hand, as it were. The PDFs, the study PDFs are free. I do have $1 a month membership, but there's no perks. I might start doing because I know I can live stream over there. I might do, if I get it, a few people that are Patreon members, I might start doing a Patreon members stream. Just a future setup, whatever. As a lot of my Facebook people know, that this is all about the journey. I just went to arm wrestling practice at the University of Maine. Of course, I'm one of the older guys, but whatever. My arms are getting better at recovering because it's not really the muscles that we're working out, it's the tendons. And I know come probably Tuesday or Wednesday, my arms are going to feel it. They're not going to feel it today. So I kind of want to try to follow the same format as I do over on Facebook, by also reading some Bible verses. I still haven't got a New English. What is it? ESV is okay reading. ESV took some verses out. New King James would be easier, but this is just what's in the car. It's King James Version. And sometimes I only share a verse. Sometimes I share several verses. I think just a couple of verses here. Proverbs chapter 23, verses 15 through 21. Again, that's Proverbs 23, verses 15 through 21. It says, "My son, if thine heart be wise, my heart shall rejoice, even mine. Yea, my reins shall rejoice when thy lips speaketh right things. Let not thine heart envy sinners, but be thou in the fear of the Lord all the day long. For surely there is an end, and thine expectation shall not be cut off. Hear thou, my son, and be wise, and guide thine heart in the way. Be not among wine-bibbers, among riotous eaters of flesh. For the drunkard and the glutton shall come to poverty, and drowsiness shall clothe them with rags. So, something to think about. Maybe I'll do a study on those verses later and post something over on the Patreon page. I believe it's patreon.com/Brother Alec. Maybe go check out, I don't know, I don't think I can do clickable links yet. I don't know how I would do that from the YouTube side of things. Anyways, there's a reason why I want to present the option to join this community, be part of the community, is because there's 2 spots in the book of Acts, chapter 2 and chapter 4, that show us an example of how Christians are supposed to live in a communal manner. But it's getting to the point now where even the secular world is going to have to start living in a communal manner, just for the shared expenses. The reducing costs on a lot of things being shared is vital to get people getting, a step ahead instead of just living paycheck to paycheck, week to week. I want to be able to put a place where Christians and non-Christians can come and learn in a peaceful way. How to grow their own food, raise their own livestock, either building or having a hand in building their own structure, their own shelter. The second part is providing a place where Christians, it's not really an age thing, it's an experience thing. Experienced Christians can come and have a place to worship together, to fellowship together, to study together. There's verses in the New Testament that talk about iron sharpening iron, where we need to confront each other, correct each other, help make each other better Christians and better people in this planet. And I also want to be able to provide people with good, healthy, organic food, grass-fed livestock. And I don't know, it doesn't come through very well on the camera angle just because it's different for some reason. Actually, yeah. I'm at a wood chip pile on Forest Ave in Orono. It's free. I come here 5-6 days a week sometimes. I then take it home and post it here on YouTube as a short, kind of showing before the wood chips get dumped and after the wood chips get dumped. I've had some critique come in saying that maybe I should explain and show a little bit more of the trail as I'm making progress. So I might be trying that out later on, dumping the wood chips. One person told me that maybe start at the head of the trail, like Graham's Trail. Start at the head of the trail and explain, how far it is now, and then after the clip, after dumping the wood chips, I can explain how much further we've made on the trail, I guess, would be a good way to put it. But yeah, this has been going on pretty much all summer into the fall now. I think fall is just around the corner, 21st, something like that, maybe. I don't know. For anybody new to my streams, I'm probably going to do YouTube on Sundays, and maybe if there's some interest, I'll transition to doing my streams over here, just because it's all on one platform. I'll just share a link to my YouTube page over on the Facebook page. Maybe eventually, like I said, doing the Patreon member only. What's all that? Welcome to live chat. Remember, blah, blah. How do I... Doesn't let me... What over here? Live chat. All messages are visible. Okay. Maybe I'll get more people watching the shorts and the lives and putting out, you know, at least 2 pieces of content 6 days a week. Because Saturday is my current Sabbath day of rest. It's not very eventful after I get out. So if it's not your thing, it's not your thing. Whoa. Some flashy wheels, huh? Excuse me. Sometimes I don't have the opportunity to get back in and chat after I'm done because people show up and I don't want to make them feel uncomfortable. So just know that I may, once I'm done, hop in and just shut down the live. I don't have a consistent time because it's not always consistent. Sometimes, you know, I get here at 2-3 o'clock. Sometimes I don't get here until 5 or 6 o'clock in the evening. But at some point in the afternoon or evening, I do get on live stream. So I wish I had the ability to do a Facebook live and a YouTube live at the same time, but oh man. But here we go, practicing for winter. I figured it would probably take a month or so for this stream to catch on. I don't expect views during live, but I expect views after live, but we'll see what happens. I've done a lot of shorts. For anybody that's interested, Christians out there, I've thought about doing audio versions of, like, not really inspirational speeches, but like Bible-based truths that are messages that I can put on YouTube as either, I mean, I think the YouTube short can go up to 3 minutes, but maybe I can do the podcast thing, which might be an option. I don't know. I think on my laptop I can do some different stuff with the live streams and the podcasts and all that. But I've got one more stop before I go home and have to dump wood chips, and that's before I even get up home. It's that once I get home, there's another stop, but for the most part, I've got one more stop before I go home. That being said, today has been a blessing. I hope God has blessed you today in some way. If you have a prayer request or a praise of what God's doing in your life, put it in the comments. Pray for me, family, my wife, my mother, who's recovering from a back surgery, my grandmother, who is helping her, in part as the rest of the family is helping her, me, my wife, my grandmother, my cousin, family, friends. Pray for one of her longtime friends just recently passed away, so I'd like somebody to pray for that family in their grieving process. Pray for all the ministries that are going to be opening up for the winter warming centers, Mansion Church, the Well Warming Center, both right there on Center Street, the Brick Church over on the other side of town, right there off of, what is that, Union and First. They usually have a warming center. I think, and I haven't really dug into it, but I think Main Street Shelter isn't going to have their warming center this winter. Not sure if the numbers are down or the funding isn't there or what's going on, but pray for the people that are going to be outside this winter. I mean, I wish we could help them all, but we just don't have the resources right now. If you guys are interested in anything I've talked about, please leave a comment on the replay. Share it with somebody who might be interested in watching me talk about life and this journey that I'm on, trying to help people, because I wasn't given an option for help when I was on the streets. There was a lot of ministries, and there's still, I guess, a lot of ministries that talk about helping people, but it just turns out to giving people things. I don't get it. I'd rather give somebody a handout and give them an education than just to give them a sandwich, because there's plenty of ministries in town that will feed people Monday through Friday. On the weekend it's a little tough, but there's still churches and stuff that do weekend meals, Saturday, Sunday. Of course, the Mansion does a meal after their service Sunday evening. Bill Ray over at Manna, Monday through Friday, as long as it's not a holiday. Serves supper. Salvation Army, Monday through Friday, as long as it's not a holiday, serves lunch, and they got bread and snacks and whatever on the tables in the back there. But yeah, I'm gonna go gallivanting along this journey. maybe we'll see each other, or you'll see me again on here tomorrow, or maybe not. Like I said, I'd like to start transitioning to doing live streams and shorts all on the same platform, which is here on YouTube. I don't know. That's all I got. See if I can figure out how to close this. How about that? Sure, you want to stop streaming. Okay.